Good morning, my darlings. Starting the day with crispy hair. I've got a hair mask in because Charlie and I are going to take some snaps later, and I thought I would do my morning workout with a hair mask in. So if you're wondering why my hair is so slicked back, no, we're not going back to the 90s, that is why. So there's going to be lots going on in this vlog, and I'm also working with Squarespace on this vlog, so stay tuned to discover all about that. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a sneak peek, that's saying too much, into a new business venture that I'm launching. So I'll be showing you all about that and how I'm using Squarespace to build the website. But yeah, I'm really excited to share that with you. But now it's time to hit the gym. I'm hoping that the sun comes out a little bit later, so I'll catch up with you shortly. As you might be able to guess from the totally ridiculous and oversized sun hat, we're starting the day with a little Instagram shoot. I feel like I'm about to take off. My hat is acting like a kite slash propeller and it's pretty windy. So we have taken a little detour on our way home from the farmhouse where we gymmed. I did a bar class from the cycle Instagram, and we're taking a little detour on our way home through a little town, or village I should say, called Milton under Witchwood, which one of you guys let me know about on Instagram, because the whole village is surrounded by these stunning sunflower fields. So we've probably left it a little bit late because a lot of them are, I don't know if you can see, they're not in their prime, they're looking a little bit sad, and we've chosen a slightly grey and slightly rainy day. Luckily my hat is protecting me from the elements, but obviously sunflowers look to the sun, so at the moment they're all looking down because there's actually no sun, but hopefully we're still going to get some really nice little photos, and it's literally on a public footpath, so we're very lucky indeed. It is so gorgeous. So yeah, we're going to get some snaps and then head back home. Okay darlings, I am home again and I am on my laptop. I'm probably going to be in this position on my laptop for the rest of the day. So I promise I will find something interesting to show you a little bit later on. I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek because I'm kind of launching a new business, kind of. And I'm in the process of setting up the website for it. So I'll be showing you that a little bit later. But what I have been doing in the car this morning during our little road trip, I've been browsing the Nordstrom sale. I know I obviously live in the UK, but Nordstrom do ship to the UK, and I know a lot of you guys are in the US. So I thought, seeing as I'm on my laptop, sorry if the lighting has changed, I just had to change my battery. So yeah, I thought I would, oh, and now I'm dripping the camera strap in my coffee. My goodness. What was I saying? Yes, okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a come online shopping with me. If you're wondering why the kitchen is looking very bare behind me, it's because we've actually had this room painted this morning. It was being prepped yesterday, and Andrew, our decorator, is the speediest of all Speedy Gonzales. Let me try and find an angle where I can show you the new colour. I say new colour, it is very similar to the colour that we had before. You really can't see very well. You probably are thinking that I'm going mad and that there's actually no difference whatsoever, but this shade is really not showing up at all. Okay, well, it's really not doing it much justice, but you can see a bit of a difference between the door and the bluey green shade above it. This colour here is new. This is the shade Seldom Seen by Crown Paints, and the reason we went for this was firstly because it was It probably was the exact same shade as it was before, but it really needed a fresh coat in here. It's not the easiest room to paint. There's all these crevices up here. I wonder how many spiders he encountered. There's just like little hidden areas to paint. For example, like this little section in here by the side of the Aga. The reason we chose Seldom Seen is because it pairs really beautifully. And again, lighting today is just so weird. This looks really cool lighting, whereas actually outside it's quite warm. But the Aga is almost like a duck egg blue. So we wanted the kitchen paint to fit in with that. And then obviously the tiles behind the Aga are like a bluey, kind of a bluey sagey shade. So the wall colour, which you really can't see, I'm so sorry, this is an awful example, is now fresh. So that unit had to be moved, which is why it is empty. Oh no! My flowers have snapped. They're so beautiful. This is my Freddie's flowers from this week. So lovely. Just a quick one as well while my hand is here. This is a lovely new bracelet which was very kindly sent by the girls at Midsummer. So you've got the quite large, like the necklace that I've got, rungs, chain segments on the top, and then underneath it goes narrower, so it's a really nice contrast. Anyway, I'm distracting myself. Let me show you how I'm shopping at the Nordstrom sale. Okay, so I've brought my iPad upstairs. The lighting in here is not very nice either. Some days the lighting everywhere in this house is just perfect, and then some days it's really bad. So sorry about the just general cold vibe. Don't know what's happening there. I tend to do as much work, I say work, it's shopping, on my iPad. I'm really enjoying using it, and I want to get more use from it because I feel like when I do day trips into London, I want to be able to just take the iPad with me and not my actual laptop. But then when I crack on with serious work, then I'll normally switch to the laptop. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to be writing a blog post every day for the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I'm going to create like a little bit of a roundup of my favourite products every day, starting from, well, by the time you're watching this, starting from yesterday. So the one that I've just published, let me share my screen with you, is home focused. And not gonna lie, home stuff is pretty much all I've been buying lately. So that seems like a really good place to start. The sale, I'm not the most knowledgeable on the Nordstrom sale. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching are a lot more knowledgeable, but I believe that so I've been able to see early access, and I think everyone can see early access, so I still can see a lot of the reduced prices, but I think that there's like a tier system, so maybe it's the more you shop, the earlier you can have access to the sale. I think that's how it's been working. But Nordstrom, if you're from the UK, Nordstrom is kind of like Selfridges, but massive. Selfridges mixed with John Lewis. It's in every big American city or even town, and their anniversary sale is big time. It's definitely worth shopping even if you're in the UK. It's pretty overwhelming because it's so massive, so I find it really useful to shop from edits, so someone else basically to do the hard work for me and find the best bargains and the most lovely products, because there are a lot of really boring products on there as well. So I've done that hard work for you with these blog posts. So let's go to the one on my blog today, and I'll leave all of these linked down below. Hoping I'll be able to put a screen up here so that you can see what I'm seeing. But the first thing are these scrumptious looking dressing gowns. So as you can see, Charlie and I have our dressing rooms. We don't have our dressing rooms yet. Our dressing gowns already, and they're so soft and cozy. They are from Soho Home. But these ones here, I'm going to stock up on while they're a really good price for our guest bedrooms. They look so soft and cozy, and I feel like this is the time of year where everyone should be wearing a dressing gown in the mornings and in the evenings. I don't know if it's a British thing, I guess because they're on Nordstrom it's not, but they look super snuggly, as do these socks. I love wearing my slippers, but in winter and colder months I also like to wear snuggly socks. And one thing that I'm a hoarder of is old socks. So I'm gonna have a sock clear out when these arrive, get rid of my old socks and just have loads of these really scrumptious looking ones. And then speaking of scrumptiously soft things, this blanket, I've actually heard loads of people talking about this particular brand of blanket, and they've got a few really nice designs, and they are not the cheapest, but now they're a really good value in the sale. So I'm adding one of those to my basket. So this post that I've created is kind of like a starting point and the bits that I think are the best value, but I'll be doing different themes each day. So maybe tomorrow I'll do beauty and then fashion, or maybe like work fashion, floral fashion, I don't know. We'll see how much time I have. Candles, I love. Charlie and I both have some on our bedside tables, and this is a really good price, so I'm going to pick up one of those. And then for the coach house, obviously here in the main house, we use, pardon me, we use an Arga kettle, but I think a rose gold kettle is perfect for the coach house. So Smeg, this one is a really good price at the moment. And then there's some other really lovely things like these gold cheese knives. It's stuff that you don't need urgently, but when you see it on special offer, I think it's a really good time to get it. And if you know anyone whose birthday is coming up, or even just like put it in a drawer for Christmas. So I've chosen those. And then a really early Christmas gift, just because it's so perfect, is this steak knife set for Charlie, just because it's literally so perfect for him. I'll leave this blog post and any others that are live linked down below. And I'm also going to be sharing my Nordstrom top picks over on Instagram stories and also in my weekly newsletter. So if you don't want to miss out, then stay tuned with that. I have been having a couple of glitches with my newsletter lately, in that some of you have messaged me multiple times saying that you've signed up, but you're not receiving the newsletters. So one of the things that I'm looking to do when I create my new Squarespace website is actually switch my entire email list over from where it currently is to Squarespace, because that's going to be part of my kind of bundle. So hopefully you'll be seeing a new and improved email soon, and let me know if you'd like to see the process of how we build the email and all of that kind of stuff, and I'll share that in an upcoming video. By the way, going back to my love for the iPad, just before I started filming this little bit, I had a work call, and work video calls are so much better on an iPad. It's just so much more user-friendly. So yeah, big fan of that. So it's finally the time of day where I can actually sit down and get some stuff done. My makeup has not lasted well today. What did I do differently? I did my makeup after the gym using not my normal products in very bad lighting at the farmhouse, and pretty much all of my base has gone. I didn't use my Bare Minerals this morning. I used a concealer stick. And yeah, not too happy with the results. But anyway, I am going to now get started on my Squarespace website. And I'm not gonna lie, this is something that I've been putting off, because starting a new website seems like a really, really daunting task, but on Squarespace, it's really not. So I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to set up a website. I'm gonna pop you down over there and share a screen recording, and we can go through the very first steps, because if any of you guys have, I don't know, created a product over lockdown, or you have thought potentially of a new business you could run alongside your job, or maybe even start a fresh business, maybe you're wanting to start a blog or share a photography portfolio, then Squarespace is a really fantastic place to do so. So I'm just going to share in this video how easy it is to set up a Squarespace website. So first of all, it's asking what our goals are, and I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a sneak peek into what this new business is that I'm setting up. So my goals are selling products. I guess I'm kind of going to be selling services as well. I will be publishing media. So yes, okay, I think I definitely am going to want a contact form as well. Where are you in your progress? I would say I'm going to be turning a project into a hobby or business. Starting points, okay. So here we have some examples of an online store. So they've already got all these different layouts available. So I like how visual this is, and that's definitely going to be really important with the business that I'm starting. It probably looks a little bit too bloggy as opposed to a shop space. So I'm going to have a look at a couple of others. That looks really nice. I bet you can also change like the background colours and stuff, because I don't think a black background is exactly what I want. This one is perhaps a little bit too much of a portfolio. Let's have a look at some others. Wow, this is amazing. So not only can I actually see how it's going to look on a desktop, but I can also see how it's going to look on an iPad. This is amazing. And even how it will look on a phone. And let me tell you from previous experience, it costs a bomb to get a website converted into a mobile web. So the fact that their templates already have this in, do you know what? I'm going to go with this. I have a feeling it'll be quite easy to switch between designs. So let's have a play. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to reveal too much about this new business with you guys just yet. So I'm going to just give the site title Josie's Secret Project for now. Okay, so what I'm now doing is adding in some of my own imagery. I think that's just an instant way of making a website feel more your own. So these are some snaps from my latest photo shoot, which I absolutely love. It's really easy to just upload them onto the site. Okay, that looks amazing. Right, I'm gonna apply that. Okay, can we do a preview if I click done? I'm gonna just flip away from the screen record right now and show you. Can you see Dickens here? He's literally lying on his back. Can you see? This is my assistant while I'm building a website. Oh my goodness. Anyway, back to work. Okay, so this is literally what the website would look like. I love that there's already buttons in place and I've not even had to do anything other than add in a couple of pictures. There's a shop now button. I think a call to action straight away is really important. And then I can add all my different products in here. And there's even a menu set up with social media, etc. So darlings, I'm not gonna give too much away, but I am gonna have a little play around with this. Let's stop the screen recording. Seriously, how am I meant to concentrate when this creature is right next to me? Look at that face. You are totally ridiculous. So at the moment, what is this? I always feel like when I vlog, I get like a red bump on my chin and then in the mirror it's not there. Very annoying. So at the moment I'm just using the free trial on Squarespace, but if all goes to plan with this business, I will be signing up. So you can get a free trial of Squarespace. And if you would like to do the same, I would highly recommend it. Then you can go to squarespace.com/fashion mumbler. I will leave it linked down below. And that will give you 10% off your first domain, your first website. When you're there, you can just enter the coupon code FashionMumbler, and that will get you your 10% off. But as I said, I'll leave all the info down below. And don't be afraid of launching your own website or your own business online, because as I have just proved, it took me 10 minutes to get a website up and running and looking beautiful. That is the joy of templates. So I will be updating you on my journey as we make this business from a top secret project to something really exciting that hopefully all of you will get to experience and benefit from. But yeah, stay tuned for all the updates. Okay, I have been working at my laptop for the last couple of hours and I've just seen off the set of shelves that were up in the dressing room, sold them on the local Facebook marketplace. That was absolutely brilliant, very easy indeed. So now I'm gonna go upstairs. It's now just gone 5 o'clock. I'm gonna head upstairs and see what the progress is in the dressing room. It's my favorite time of day. And also collect the GoPro, which I have been leaving rolling. It smells really good up here. I don't know why. Ooh, we have lots of units in place. I'm not showing you an update just yet. So I have my GoPro sellotaped to my tripod, because weirdly GoPros don't have the little nodule in the bottom which actually lets you connect to a tripod, which is most annoying. If anyone has any solutions, then please let me know. So I basically use tape to attach my GoPro to this camera because I do want to film the process. I think it'd be a really cool super hyperlapse, showing this room going from empty to filled with wonderful wardrobes. So this has got a nice fisheye lens on it, so it does capture most of what's going on. But luckily for the carpenter, it only captures it in a hyperlapse. So I said even if he starts talking to himself, I would never know, because it only films in super speed on the setting that I've got it on. So yeah, I look forward to having a little flick through that later on. So I've just been editing some of the pictures that we took in the sunflower field. If they're not very good quality here, I'll pop them on the screen. Annoyingly, it's a new camera and I forgot to take it off JPEG settings and onto RAW. So that basically means that the editing capabilities are really limited, because a JPEG image is basically like a flat image, whereas a RAW means you have lots of layers to play with. Like this one turned out really moody, which I actually quite like. So yeah, I had less to play with when it comes to editing, but I think they came out pretty cool. Definitely good enough for Instagram. So yeah, I think these are really cool. Considering it was a grey morning, I'm pretty chuffed with how they came out. I think there are some apps that you can actually like edit in a blue sky, which might go a little bit better with my current grid, because my Instagram grid is looking quite colourful. Lots of blue skies, excuse me, lots of blue skies on there at the moment. So yeah, this one might be a bit of a downer, but then we'll see. We will see. I also just had a delivery. I ordered a pink yoga mat from Amazon. I ordered this because basically hygiene reasons. I think it's a little bit more hygienic to do my Pilates and my workouts on this as opposed to the mats that other people have used, even though they are cleaned down. Even just when I'm doing like floor exercises on the gym, I think it'll be nicer if I do it on my own mat. So this was fairly affordable, and it came with this rope strap so I can easily carry it. And it's pink, which is lovely. So yeah, this is going to be my in the car going to the gym yoga mat. Okay, it's already 7 p.m. I am getting hungry. I don't like eating this late, but how long does it say this is going to take? I don't think it does. I've done this before and it didn't take too long. So this is Madeline Shaw's book, Get the Glow. I think this might have been her first book, but I love her chickpea and lentil dal recipe. I'm not going to bother with the coconut cauliflower rice. I'm just going to do normal rice. But yes, I'm going to start cooking this. So in my pan at the moment, we have got, first of all, some cooked dried spices. So some ground turmeric, ground cumin, and ground chili powder. So that was cooked with some coconut oil, added in some chopped onion, and I've just added in some garlic. If I had any at this stage, I would add some ginger, but sadly I don't, so we're gonna have to go without. Next, I'm going to add in some coconut milk and then my tin of chickpeas. I'm also hoping we've got some red lentils because I will add those in as well. Now that my lentils and chickpeas and coconut milk are in, I'm covering, and this is going to be around 30 to 40 minutes. So this is the time that I will scurry around the kitchen and see what other ingredients I have. Need to make the little boy's dinner as well. Why do you look so sad, my little monkey? I'm just going to prepare your dinner for you now. To see what we can serve it with. So I have ended up making some quick flatbreads in the Thermomix. They literally take 10 minutes of work, maybe 25 minutes all in all, but you're not working for that whole time. And then we have some spinach in the chickpea and lentil curry, the dal, and it smells incredible. So the curry was very tasty indeed. Those flatbreads were some of my best, not gonna lie, although I did have to get changed out of my dress and into my pajamas because even though the waistband is literally around my ribs, it was feeling super duper tight. Didn't know my ribs expanded when I ate, but apparently they do. So I've just gone and popped my pajamas on for our little evening walk with the doggies, and then I'm going to go and take my makeup off with you and answer a few question of the days. Where do you want to go this evening, Chicky? Go this way for a change. There he is. Okay, darlings, up in the bathroom, and I'm gonna do a very quick hashtag question of the day to end this video. I say very quick because at this time of day my energy levels are so low. We've been getting up early for the gym, so it is past my bedtime, but first I'm gonna get my makeup remover. So as always, starting off with a micellar water, and I'm onto the big Garnier bottle. This is really affordable and very effective. So someone actually left a comment on the video that went live for me tonight, which was my Kenzie IPL hair removal talk through and high street haul, and actually a couple of people asked what a high street is, and I realised that this is quite a UK English term, I believe, because I think the people asking this question are from the US. And so basically a high street is like the main shopping street in a town. So it's the main street where you would find most stores. And then I guess when it comes to shopping, the high street is those kind of affordable retailers. They're not designer. In the US, I would say like Forever 21 is a high street retailer, H&M, Zara, they are high street retailers because you find them on a lot of high streets. I think in America you possibly call it the main street, but I know you mostly have malls, whereas we mostly have high streets. If you want me to answer your question, by the way, do use hashtag QOTD, because when I'm scrolling, like I can see this question a lot more easily because it's got a hashtag. Someone has said, how many acres is your property? I don't know, do you know, Charles? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Mm-hmm. 1 acre? Mm-hmm. 1.3. That was Charlie letting us know how many acres it was while he brushes his teeth. So 1.3 acres, I actually did not know that. So funnily enough, two people right next to each other in the comments have both asked pretty much the same question. What did you guys, where have you guys put the antique French bed that you ordered off Etsy? So, a couple of videos ago, I'm just gonna pop my Lizelle on while I explain the answer to this.
Oh, goodness me.
Charlie's grumbling because he knows that it was kind of one of my errors. So as
you know what though, I'm more grumbling because to be fair, I don't blame you because it looked amazing. Mm-hmm. But I was actually just a bit gutted when it arrived because I'm not convinced it's an antique. I think you've got to be careful on Etsy. There's a lot of very clever people out there that are buying furniture and making it look antique. I don't mean making it look, distressed. I mean genuinely painting wood, you know, adding fabric that's older to make it look older than it is. Yeah. It's not antique, is it?
So basically, as I've said before, Etsy can be quite hit and miss. And we have got some hits from that, but I would say the bed turned out to be one of the misses. In short, to answer your question, what has happened with it, it's currently still in the garage exactly where we left it. We were thinking maybe we'd put it in the coach house. However, it's gonna cost money to reupholster it because of the way that it's curved. It's just too challenging an upholster
But more than
for me to do, but also I just wouldn't have time to do it.
The
The
mattress.
fabric would cost a lot of money to source for the reupholstery. The reupholstering itself would cost a lot of money, and also when we put it together and did the measurements, it's not a standard size mattress, so we'd have to buy like a
It's a
specially...
European double.
Yeah,
which is
apparently it's a
like-
European double, but...
It's like just one massive square.
But when I
isn't it?
measured it, it was bigger than our old king size bed.
In parts, but then shorter.
Yeah, so it was a very odd size. So unfortunately, I don't really know what we're going to do with it.
I don't almost want to part ways with it just yet.
No.
I mean, not to mention it'd be a nightmare anyway because it's so big, someone would have to collect it.
Yeah.
But then similarly, financially, it doesn't currently make sense. Because to give you a rough idea, I reckon it would cost nearly double what the bed cost to get it reupholstered and get the right fitting mattress.
Yeah.
And then we've got bed linen issues as well, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could probably just...
But the bottom sheet, we wouldn't be able to
It's
get
the
a
bottom sheet that's the issue. I think everything else would be alright. I'll be honest, Etsy is great for smaller, lower value items. But all three of the high value items you've ordered on Etsy for this house have all been a bit of a disaster, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like the gramophone.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
That weird little carriage thing.
Yeah.
Epic fail. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'm gonna get into bed. That was my Forrest Gump accent. I'm gonna get into my bed. That was so bad. Hashtag question of the day. What is the age difference between Dexter and Dickens, and why did you get another Dachshund? So there is 2 years between Dexy and Dicky, and a lot of people actually said that that was a really good age gap to get because it's close in age. But if you get a second dog when your first dog is younger than 2, your original dog might not have learnt all the good habits yet, and then it will pass on these bad habits to new puppy. So it's better to wait until your first doggy is a little bit older and maturer so they can almost guide the new puppy into being good and well.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why you have to wait 2 years.
See, I don't know the facts, but I reckon there's something to say about the longer you wait, the worse it could be when you get the dog in terms of like territorial stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Dexter, we were quite lucky that Dickens was the polar opposite of Dexter in terms of character.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some people getting a pet, and the new pet is more dominant, or wants to be,
Yeah,
comes into the house and it creates a bit of friction.
like Lumi and Lynx.
Well, I think cats are different.
Yeah.
Cats are happier on their own.
Yeah, that's true. And why did we decide to get another Dax? Well, one of the main reasons...
They only like their own.
They do, and I don't know if the question is why did we get another Dachshund, but more why did we get another? I just pulled some really ugly faces. And I think the thing with sausage dogs is that they are very needy. They need your attention all the time. They want to play all the time. And basically by having another, it kind of, in short, lets us off the hook. Because whereas when Dexter was an only child, he would always be at our feet, looking up at us, barking at us like, Mummy, Mummy, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. Whereas now he can just go to his brother and they can tire each other out. And so they're a lot happier together. They're best friends. They tire each other out. It's so lovely seeing them play together. And I think it's kind of sad to have one doggy by themselves because...
Dachshunds should come as a buy one get one free. Like, you should not be legally allowed to buy one on its own.
Charlie said you should not be legally allowed to buy one Dachshund on their own. And every time we bump into someone with a sausage dog, very often people do have 2 because they've realised this. But we always say when we see people with 1, we're like, you have to get another, you have to get another, because they really are so much happier in a pair. I wish I could click on hashtag QOTD, but that doesn't work, unfortunately. I have to just scroll. Shopping is always a treat. Have you ever, question of the day, hashtag, have you ever designed your own dress, maybe even sewn it? Yes, is the short answer to that. So when I was much younger, I used to make kind of fancy dress things. I'll insert a picture on the screen here of my craziest fancy dress, which was dressed up as a set of McDonald's chips, but that's not really an outfit. But I did study textiles at A level, textiles being like sewing and clothing and etc. And as part of that we had to make clothing, so I made a few things in textiles classes, but the main thing that I made was, it was actually a wedding dress. And this dress came about because I was shopping on like our annual trip to London in, I think it was Selfridges or Harrods, and just for the fun of it, when looking for a prom dress, I tried on a beautiful dress by Alice Temperley and I just absolutely fell in love with it. But I think it was like £6,000 or something. Just finishing off with some Nooks Radiance Peeling Lotion. This is really lovely stuff. So what I decided to do was take pictures of this dress, and I kind of recreated it, obviously with my own spin on everything, for my A-level textiles. So I basically made a dupe of an Alice Temperley dress, but it was a wedding dress. And I ended up wearing it to my school prom. I absolutely loved it. If I can find any pictures, I'll leave them on the screen now. And a little pat on the back to myself, I actually got 100% top in the country for that A-level textiles back in the day. So yeah, and since then I've not properly made anything totally, although I would love to if I had a little bit more time. Often I go to places like Club Monaco and I look at a really simple linen dress and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're charging $250 for this, and I could so easily make it if I had the inclination to. Obviously I made those face masks recently. Yeah, I would love to make some things again, but aside from alterations and face masks, my sewing machine hasn't seen that much action. Super duper quickly to finish because my battery is flashing. Someone asked in today's video products to use on your face after a day in the sun. So basically you want things that are super hydrating. Anything with hyaluronic acid in it will be really gorgeously hydrating for your skin. And a couple of favorites from my bathroom cabinet just there. A refreshing face mist after a day in the sun would be dreamy. This is the Rose Hibiscus Coconut Water Hydrating Face Mist. It really is as gorgeous as it sounds, and this is from Herbivore. And then for a super hydrating treat, this is from the By Terry Balm de Rose skincare collection. It is Le Masque Éclat de Rose Glowing Rose Mask, and that is so gorgeously hydrating. But yeah, hyaluronic acid would be gorgeous if you have taken a little bit too much sun. Then an aloe vera spray, I know Kiehl's have got a gorgeous one. And also if you are prone to any dark marks and dark spots, then the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum is amazing. And that is usually the one that I pack with me when I go on holiday and pop on after a day in the sun. My skin loves that. And then obviously a really gorgeous nourishing moisturizer in the evening. Okay, my battery's gonna die any second, so I'm gonna bid you good night. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.